Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth reposted a CNN segment about a pastor who believes women should not vote on the social media platform X. The segment largely focuses on Pastor Doug Wilson, a Christian nationalist who co-founded a communion of Reformed evangelical churches in Idaho. The report shows Wilson advocating for a Christian nation and entertaining the idea that women should not vote. I would like to see this nation being a Christian nation, and I would like this world to be a Christian world, Wilson said. The clip also shows fellow pastor Toby Sumpter saying, in an ideal society, we would vote as households, and Jared Longshore, another pastor, saying he would support repealing the 19th Amendment. Amy Prince, a parishioner interviewed for the segment, said her husband is the head of her household and I do submit to him. Wilson in the video also said he does not believe women should hold leadership positions in the military, nor should they be able to fill high-profile combat roles. This echoes a similar sentiment from Hegseth. In December 2024, the Pentagon chief said, I'm straight up just saying that we should not have women in combat roles. It hasn't made us more effective, hasn't made us more lethal, has made fighting more complicated. The CNN video shows a video of Pete Hegseth attending a service at Wilson's church. This comes, the Trump administration has sought to eradicate anti-Christian bias in the government, even issuing a February executive order on the matter. Hegseth hosted a prayer service at the Pentagon earlier this year, which according to the report segment has become a monthly event. Trump also created a White House faith office led by Reverend Paula White, who characterized herself as a cultural reformer. So this is a classic case of guilt by association, right? They want to believe that Hegseth has the same views as the church that he attended. After all, why else would he attend? But my thing is, so what? Like, I'm no Trump fan. I'm no Hegseth fan. I don't really care for many of these people. But I wish they would stop trying to pretend that individuals who have archaic, anti-progressive views sometimes hold positions of power. You know, this guy has a wife who, well, this guy's advocating that women shouldn't have the right to vote, that people should vote as households. And this is how it was done, you know, before women were given the right to vote, which is over 100 years ago now. But is that really shocking or surprising that there are men who feel that way? Now, of course, I'm someone who said before that I would have liked to have been married. I do think that feminism has destroyed relationships along with social media. But I would never in a million years want to have a partner who does not enjoy the same rights as me. If I'm able to vote, then she should be able to vote, whether we're together or not together. This whole household thing starts to fall and crumble once you realize that there are a lot of people who just don't want to get married, don't want to be with someone else. You know, it's not something that would ever have any chance of getting overturned. It's important to know about these people just to show you that no matter how much progress there is, there's always going to be someone who is against it. And, you know, what's funny about Hegseth, and he's made this comment about, women shouldn't be in combat roles. Well, buddy, a big part of the reason why you've had those advancements is because thanks to the draft no longer being a thing that is used, because politicians know to invoke it would be electoral poison after Vietnam, you're having, I believe it's less than 1% of all Americans choose to enroll in the military. And you're sort of basically having to pick what you can get. You are desperate. The U.S. military, when it comes to recruitment numbers, is desperate. So it's going to take what it can get, even if it's not ideal. No, we can make a whole separate video about why I wouldn't serve. But let me just also say this. I find it really funny that pastor probably supported Trump in his presidential campaign, and he's like, I don't believe women should be in leadership roles, but then the head of the White House faith office is a woman. It's funny, like that, like even the archaic viewed people are still, they can never find anyone to match their level of just reverse, like rolling the clock back, you know. But that's what I thought was humorous about the CNN story. Oh my God, there's a pastor out there who doesn't think women should be in leadership roles or vote. Like, yeah, that's how this goes. You're always going to have someone who is against something else, even if it has nothing to do with them. or is not actually hurting anything at all. There are people, I'm sure, who believe women shouldn't be able to wear pants. And guess what? 40, 50, 60 years ago, it was like not a common thing, taboo, whatever. Now it's widely accepted. There are people who believe that gay people shouldn't be able to get married. And then 10 years ago, it became the law of the land. So it's, I guess what I'm getting at is I hate that they report that with a straight face. Like they act as though they've stumbled across something so shocking and surprising. No, there's always people who are against anything that is in the way of progress. Don't be surprised if we get to a point where, let me think of another example. We have cars that can fly, and there are people who are protesting that, not even like for like a safety concern, but just I don't believe that we should have vehicles that don't have wheels. And like anytime something changes, there's some kind of societal shift, there will be a person or a group of people who are against it. We know that there's no chance of women's right to vote being overturned. We know that there's no chance that suddenly everyone's going to like magically want to vote as a household, right? Because those are not the views of modern women, many of whom are in positions of government, so they're not going to take away their own damn right, well, other than the right to, have an abortion, but whatever, other than Roe v. Wade. So it's just one of those things where I wish they would stop pretending that this stuff is like so shocking. You like it's okay to report on it, to call it out, but let's not act as though there aren't a lot of backwards thinking people in leadership positions, all the way from the church to the White House. There's someone who thinks that this person shouldn't have this right, this person shouldn't be able to do this. I mean, that's just how this goes. There's always an enemy to progress.